20 million years ago, long before humans existed, Earth's oceans were ruled by giants. The seas were filled with enormous whales, giant fish, sea turtles, and powerful predators. Warm currents flowed across the planet, creating rich ecosystems that supported countless forms of life. But among all creatures living beneath the waves, one predator would become the most feared hunter in Earth's history. Its name was Megalodon, the giant shark, the king of the oceans. Our story begins in a warm coastal nursery lagoon. Far from the dangers of the open ocean, a pregnant female megalodon slowly moved through shallow tropical waters. She was enormous, nearly 60 feet long, weighing more than 50 tons. Her powerful body cast a giant shadow beneath the water. Soon, she would give birth. Unlike many modern sharks, Megalodon did not lay eggs. Instead, its young developed inside the mother's body. After months of growth, the newborn pups were ready. One by one, young Megalodons entered the world. Even at birth, they were terrifying predators. Each pup measured nearly 2 meters long. They already possessed sharp teeth. They already knew how to hunt. The nursery lagoon provided safety. Small fish filled the shallow waters. Coral reefs offered protection. The young sharks quickly began learning the skills needed for survival. Every day they explored farther from their birthplace. Every day they became stronger. The ocean was their classroom. Survival was their lesson. One young Megalodon was especially curious. It constantly chased schools of fish. It explored hidden reefs. It investigated every movement in the water. Soon, curiosity became skill, and skill became success. One morning, the young shark noticed a school of fish moving through the lagoon. The fish darted left, then right. The young Megalodon followed. At first it failed. Again and again, the fish escaped. But the predator never stopped trying. Finally, with a burst of speed, the young shark attacked. Success. Its first hunt. Its first meal earned through skill. Its first step toward becoming a legend. Years passed. The young shark grew rapidly. Its teeth became larger. Its muscles became stronger. Its appetite increased. The nursery lagoon could no longer contain it. Instinct called it toward the open ocean. The young Megalodon left the safety of the coast. Ahead lay an endless blue world, a world filled with danger, a world filled with opportunity, a world waiting for its future king. At first, life in the open ocean was difficult. Prey moved faster, competitors were larger, storms were more violent. But every challenge helped the young shark improve. It learned to track migrating fish. It learned to navigate powerful currents. It learned how to hunt efficiently. Soon, medium-sized fish became common prey. Then came larger prey. The young Megalodon was growing quickly. Scientists estimate that Megalodon may have been one of the fastest-growing sharks in history. Within a relatively short period, it transformed from a juvenile predator into one of the largest hunters in the sea. One day, everything changed. While swimming through deep water, the young Megalodon saw something enormous, a whale, the largest creature it had ever encountered. The giant marine mammal moved gracefully through the ocean. For a moment, the young shark simply watched. Then, instinct took over. The predator began following, silently, patiently, carefully. This was no ordinary hunt. This was a test. The future king was about to challenge giant prey for the first time. The whale remained unaware. Slowly, the distance closed. The shark accelerated. Powerful muscles pushed its body through the water. The attack began. The whale reacted immediately. It turned. It fled. The ocean exploded into chaos. Hunter and prey raced through the sea. The whale was powerful, but the shark was relentless. Again and again, the Megalodon attacked. Finally, the whale weakened. The hunt ended. The young predator had achieved something extraordinary. It had defeated prey many times its size. From that day forward, everything changed. The shark no longer hunted fish alone. Now, whales became targets. The young Megalodon continued growing 10 meters, 12 meters, 15 meters. Its body became a living weapon. Its jaws contained hundreds of serrated teeth. Its bite became one of the most powerful forces in nature. Soon, the oceans began to fear a new predator, a giant shark unlike anything the world had ever seen. The rise of Megalodon had begun, and somewhere in the vast prehistoric oceans, an empire awaited its king. The young Megalodon that once hunted small fish had become the most powerful predator on Earth. Now fully grown, it measured nearly 18 meters long. Its jaws could open wide enough to swallow a human-sized animal whole. Its bite force was stronger than that of Tyrannosaurus rex. Its teeth, some longer than a human hand, were perfectly designed for tearing flesh and crushing bone. No creature in the ocean could ignore its presence. The age of the Ocean King had begun. Across the ancient seas, whales migrated in giant groups. Sea turtles crossed entire oceans. Schools of fish stretched 4 kilometers, and above them all swam Megalodon, a predator without equal. One morning, the giant shark detected movement far ahead. A pod of prehistoric whales, the largest group it had ever encountered. Slowly, Megalodon descended into deeper water. The whales remained unaware. Like a shadow from the abyss, the giant shark moved beneath them. Then it attacked. The water exploded into chaos. Whales scattered in every direction. Mothers protected calves. Powerful tails struck the water. But panic had already spread through the pod. Megalodon selected the weakest target, a young whale separated from the group. The giant predator accelerated. Its powerful tail pushed it forward like a living torpedo. Moments later, the hunt was over. The Ocean King had claimed another victory. Years continued passing. Megalodon became even larger, even stronger, even more experienced. Entire ecosystems changed when it appeared. Fish scattered. Whales altered migration routes. Other predators avoided confrontation. For millions of years, Megalodon ruled the oceans. But even kings have rivals. One day, the giant shark encountered a powerful sperm whale. Unlike most prey, this animal was not helpless. It was large, intelligent, and capable of defending itself. The two giants circled each other beneath the waves. Neither wanted to retreat. The confrontation began. The sperm whale charged first. Its massive body slammed through the water. Megalodon turned sharply. The battle shook the ocean around them. Power met power. Strength met strength. Again and again they clashed. Finally, the whale retreated. The Ocean King remained. Its dominance continued. But life was not only about hunting. Eventually, the breeding season arrived. Far across the ocean, mature megalodons searched for mates. Scientists believe that, like many sharks today, Megalodon likely gave birth to live young. Protected nursery areas near coastlines became important for raising offspring. A female Megalodon entered a warm tropical lagoon. Months later, new pups were born. The cycle of life continued. A new generation of giants entered the world. For millions of years, this process repeated itself. Megalodon remained the ruler of Earth's oceans. Its future appeared secure. But nature was changing. Slowly, silently, relentlessly. Global temperatures began to fall. The warm oceans Megalodon depended upon started cooling. Ocean currents shifted. Marine ecosystems transformed. Many whale species changed migration routes. Some disappeared entirely. Food became harder to find. At first, the changes seemed minor. The giant shark adapted. It traveled farther. It hunted longer. It searched wider areas for prey. But the problems continued growing. Each year brought new challenges. Each generation faced greater difficulties. The oceans that once provided endless food were changing. Large prey became less common. Competition increased. Young megalodons struggled to survive. Even experienced adults found hunting more difficult. For the first time in millions of years, the Ocean King faced a threat it could not fight. Climate change. One aging megalodon swam through waters it had known its entire life. The ocean felt different. The prey was gone. The familiar migration routes were empty. The giant predator continued searching. Days passed. Then weeks. Food remained scarce. The shark grew weaker. Its hunts became less successful. Its movements slowed. The mighty ruler of the seas was beginning to lose its strength. Across the world, similar scenes unfolded. Megalodon populations declined. Some regions lost their giant sharks entirely. Others followed. The extinction had begun. There was no single disaster, no asteroid, no giant explosion. Instead, the fall of Megalodon happened slowly. A gradual collapse, driven by environmental change and food shortages. Eventually, only a few remained. The last survivors wandered ancient oceans, searching for prey. Their world was disappearing. One evening, beneath a fading sunset, an old megalodon moved through silent waters. The ocean around it felt empty. The giant shark had survived countless hunts, countless storms, countless battles. But now, it faced an enemy no predator could defeat. Time. As darkness spread across the sea, the Ocean King continued swimming. Then, eventually, its journey ended. The last megalodon disappeared, and with it ended the reign of the greatest shark that ever lived. The oceans became quieter. Whales continued evolving. New predators appeared. Millions of years passed. The giant shark faded into history, or so it seemed. Deep beneath the ocean floor, megalodon's remains slowly transformed into fossils. Most of its skeleton disappeared. Shark skeletons are made largely of cartilage, which rarely fossilizes, but its teeth survived. Gigantic teeth, some larger than a human hand. these fossils remained hidden for millions of years. Then humans arrived. Ancient people occasionally discovered giant fossil teeth. Many believed they belonged to dragons. Others thought they were the tongues of mythical creatures. The truth remained unknown. Centuries later, scientists finally uncovered the mystery. The giant teeth belonged to an enormous prehistoric shark, a predator unlike anything alive today. They named it Megalodon, the big tooth. As more fossils were discovered, scientists began reconstructing its appearance. They studied modern sharks. They analyzed fossil evidence. They used advanced computer models. Piece by piece, the ocean king returned to life. Today, Megalodon is one of the most famous extinct animals in the world. Its giant teeth are displayed in museums. Its story appears in documentaries, books, and films. Scientists continue learning new details about its life every year. But one question fascinates people more than any other. What if Megalodon still existed today? Imagine standing on the deck of a ship and seeing a giant shadow moving beneath the waves. Imagine a shark larger than a bus swimming below. Imagine whales fleeing from an unseen predator. Modern oceans would be completely different. Shipping routes might change. Marine tourism would become more dangerous. Entire ecosystems would look different. Fortunately, Megalodon exists only in the fossil record. Yet, its legend remains alive. Because millions of years after its extinction, people still remember its name. The giant shark, the ruler of ancient seas, the greatest marine predator in Earth's history. Megalodon. The king of the oceans. The end.